Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Ananda Hasti Dzikriah from English Education Department D 2017. In this occasion, let me present my final project in English Academic Purposes subject with the title A Metaphor Analysis on Emily Dickinson's Selected Poems. Background of study. There are 3 points in this background. They are poem, figurative language, and metaphor. Poem is literary work for expressing the feelings and ideas by using distinctive style and rhythm. The implications are that poem is a more sophisticated form of creation, but not necessarily more serious. A literary work has differences language style with daily conversation. Figurative languages are used in literary works. By using figurative languages, a literary work more special, because it is an art that is influenced by conscience and their authors reveal their ideas. Poem uses most figurative languages, full of expression of ideas, feelings, and opinion of their author. Figurative language is crucial to get the poetic meaning of poem. There are figurative languages make poem more interesting, beautiful, and make clear of imagine. The types of figurative languages are simile, metaphor, personification, allegory, metonymy, and etc. Metaphor is a figure of speech that is similar to simile. However, this figure of speech does not use comparison. In metaphor, it states something as the same or almost the same, but in fact it is not. Metaphor is intended to replace or identify a word. After the writer reading some journals, then the writer found a journal that related to the writer research. It is a journal from InPoc, Web, and Nimanit's research. They identified the type of figurative language used in 30 top poems of Emily Dickinson. In the Complete Poems of Emily Dickinson, edited by Thomas H. Jensen book. The writer find out first, the first most figurative language is personification. The second figurative language is metaphor, and then the second, the total of frequency is 125 metaphors of 28 poems. The 3 poems have the most metaphor in a poem. Then based on the 28 poems, there are 3 poems that have the most metaphor in a poem. They are Saved in Their Alabaster Chambers, have 10 metaphors. The second, Because I Could Not Stop for That, have 10 metaphors. And the last, There Is a Flower That Bees Prefer, have 12 metaphors. The writer has 3 significances of study. They are first, for English teacher or lecturer, the result of the study is hopefully able to be used as reference in teaching and learning English. The second, for the English learners, the study findings are expected to enrich their knowledge about figurative language used in poems. The last, for future researcher, The study findings are expected can be used as references in conducting further studies about figurative language used in different poems by different poets. According to background of study, the writer find 2 points of research questions. First, what kinds of metaphor are found in 3 poems? They are safe in their alabaster chamber, because I could not stop for that, and there is a flower that bees prefer by Emily Dickinson. The second, what messages are found the poems through understanding metaphor used in safe in their alabaster chambers, because I could not stop for that, and there is a flower that bees prefer by Emily Dickinson. Now, based on the research question and research objectives, there are also 2 points. First, to identify the kinds of metaphor in safe in their alabaster chambers, because I could not stop for that, and there is a flower that bees prefer by Emily Dickinson. The second, to understand the message of the poems through understanding metaphor used in safe in their alabaster chambers, because I could not stop for that, and there is a flower that bees prefer by Emily Dickinson. So there are research objectives that the writer find. In this research, the writer used qualitative descriptive as the research methodology. The writer uses generative stylistic approach because in this research use analyzing and descripting, because it analyzes language style focus on metaphorical expression and the message of metaphorical expression based on the 3 poems above. And the writer analyzed the sentences are emphasized on using metaphor and analyze the message of the metaphor meaning through generative stylistic approach. After the writer analyzed the metaphorical expression in the 3 poems, the writer will describe the result of study. In this research, the writer used content analysis as data collecting technique. According to Andraswara state the procedure in collecting data by using content analysis such as first, finding out the units of analysis and categorizing based on the theory. Second, the analysis process is description. The last, the analysis is conducted qualitatively. Based on the data collecting technique that are used, the data is analyzed qualitatively by using flow model analysis. In this technique, the writer used Miles and Haberman theory. There are 3 points in flow model analysis. The first, data reduction, then data display, and the last, conclusion drawing. Finally, I have finished my presentation about a metaphor analysis on Emily Dickinson selected poems as a final project in English academic purposes subject. The last I say, thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.